we'll continue on the strategies. We'll continue on the strategies for withdrawal of our funds, on how to take profit and when to take profits. So that's basically what we want to do today. All team are not on ground, so I can't do much of the breakout rooms now. So basically, this is what we're going to do. I want to show us the strategy from Mr. Erwin. He sent this to Ross earlier. All right, the first thing I want to say, because I don't want to forget that, is I'm going to post a link now that I want us to check. There is a news. So Mr. Erwin has informed us to inform the committee members or community that we should get our funds off KuCoin. Can you post a one if you have assets on KuCoin? And if you don't, just post a two. Oh, Lorraine has. Who else has something on KuCoin? Okay, we have more twos. Okay, not much. All right, so you might want to check out what I just posted. Okay, I think we have more twos, but Malinda, Lorraine, not much. All right, so Malinda, I don't know. Okay, someone already has a question. We'll take your question. We'll take your question. All right, so okay, not much as well. All right. So you might want to check out, I just posted a link now. You might want to check it out. There's a news there. So please, if you have something much on KuCoin, you might want to get it out. So that's the information. Okay. I see your hand, Mrs. Tracy, but I want to take the question on the chat first. So welcome everyone. I see people dialing in. Are DEX on Ledger or Trezor, or do they include Trust Wallet? Mrs. Diane, can you take that question? Where are you?
I'm here.
All right, please ask the question again.
Okay. It's about DEXs, and are DEXs only hard wallets, or I mean cold wallets like Ledger and Trezor? Because they're decentralized exchanges. But do they only include like the cold wallets like Ledger and Trezor, or do they also include trust wallet type wallets?
I think the question is a bit complex, but I want to explain something. Maybe that helps you rephrase your question.
Okay.
First of all, I don't think Dexter's is one of the recommendation in the team. So we are actually very particular about what we recommended, because we have done a bit of our homework to be able to recommend what we recommend, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is, if I hear you correctly, you said it's a decentralized exchange. Is that what I heard?
Yes. I was just researching something. So I was wondering what all it includes.
So I still don't really get the question, but I want to assume that I do. Because I heard you say something about an exchange. It's just like saying, is Binance a cold wallet or a soft wallet? Binance is an exchange, it's not a wallet. It's an exchange, a platform, right? So that's why I don't really understand. Sorry, can you rephrase? Let me know what exactly I need to answer here.
Well, I know centralized exchanges are like Uphold and Coinbase, right? Where
There are more than that.
it's like our bank account, right? Centralized, where they can turn your money on and off, right? A centralized exchange. Okay, I
Sorry, what's
must
the
be
question?
confused.
Sorry?
Well,
Yeah, I'm trying to understand the question basically.
what entails DEXs?
Sorry, are you there?
Only cold wallets?
Mrs. Diane? Okay. I think it was breaking up a bit.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Decentralized exchanges are not run, no government can deal with them, right? Just take from you on a decentralized exchange, correct?
That's the whole essence of cryptos. Basically, is decentralized. It's not like the fiat.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to look this up more then because now I'm
Yeah,
confused.
I would oh, sorry about that. So sorry about that. I would love to answer you, but I don't think I get the question. So if I'm not able to get the question now, you could send us a mail. I would check it out and um and try to provide answers.
Okay.
Is that good? All right.
Sure.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, Mrs. Tracy, your question.
Hi, Emmanuel. This is, I thought this would be like really simple, but I'm having a hard time with this. I'm trying to move my Stellar XLM from my Coinbase to my Ledger.
From your Coinbase to your Ledger. Okay.
That should be simple, right? Should be simple. It says, you know what it says on my Coinbase that, because I did that allow listed, you know, the allow listed. And
Not exactly.
What's it, you know, the allow list? Remember we had to do the allow list, so we added on to allow onto the list.
Okay.
They're also it's also a whitelist. Allow list is also a whitelist here in Canada, what she's talking about.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you, Jamie.
I know it as white.
Yep.
All right.
So I did that, but when I'm just trying to send the XLM to my Ledger, and for some reason it's just not working. Now my Ledger is on my laptop, and I have Coinbase on my laptop, but I can't do both because they both have to be hooked into my laptop, and I can't do both because I guess I don't have the proper adapters, but I have Coinbase on my iPad. So I'm trying to do it from iPad to laptop. So I'm trying to take my XLM off my Coinbase on my iPad and put it onto my Ledger on my laptop. Is that possible?
You have the Ledger on your laptop, but you have the Coinbase on your iPad, right?
Yes. Yes.
So basically, moving that, what you have to do basically is all about the address. I don't think it should be as complex. You just need to have the address of where you're moving it from to where you're moving it to. Is that
That's
what
what
you're
I'm doing.
doing?
I know.
Okay.
So I've done that. I've been doing that, and I always get well, it says that it's not allowed.
What's the error message you get?
It says it's not allow listed, but I put it on my allow list, but then I skip that, and then I try to go through, and it won't go through. Like I can even try right now.
All right. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to maybe send a screenshot of what it says, but this might be one of the reasons why.
Okay.
You might not be one of the reasons. You said XLM, right? From Coinbase, from Ledger to Coinbase, or was that what I heard?
From Coinbase to Ledger.
From Coinbase to Ledger. All right. So one of he says, you know, on your Ledger Live, right? You have to. Do you have? Okay. Do you have any XLM already on the ledger, or this is the first time you are trying to put XLM on the ledger?
This is the first time. I've opened up an account, but it's the first time I'll be putting any coin into my XLM on my ledger.
All right, but you have other coins on your ledger, right?
Yes, I have other coins on my ledger, yes.
All right, good. So what that means is I think I want to see the error message, because if you have the right address and you have the what's the word I'm looking for now? Oh, I mean, if you have the right address, that's the ledger address now on the Coinbase, and then you have the network. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. I mean, it should be a very seamless process. So I really don't understand, and especially because this is the first time you are doing this, right?
So I can tell you right now what the message is. So it says a
All right,
memo.
you would post the screenshot on the chat. I would love that. I would love to see it.
But can I ask you something? It says a memo may be required. I just skipped that, right?
Yeah, you can skip that. Yeah, you can skip that. Yeah.
And so I'm gonna only send $10 just because I want to make sure. And I'm previewing.
Tracy, sorry to interrupt. I don't think you should skip the memo, because that's like the tag. I just ran into that too the other day when I was doing it with Endaxa Exchange. I had to put the memo, and that's the tag. It's the tag
Yeah, but
ID.
where would I find the tag, Jamie?
So you're trying to put onto your ledger. It should be on your ledger then, right? Because you're trying to connect your Coinbase. There should be a tag on ledger.
Usually there is a memo, but not all the time. Because I remembered when I was trying to send was it SHIB now? I was trying to do one of those transactions, and then I couldn't get the memo, so I skipped it. That's why I said you could skip it, but if you have the memo, you could put it. I think John gave a guide. Mrs. Tracy, you might want to check the guide on the chat. But usually skipping the memo doesn't really affect the transaction process. I don't think that's where the challenge is. That's not where the challenge is.
What John just put in here, see, the thing is I've already transferred crypto many times from my Coinbase to my ledger. That's not the problem. And the tag memo, I'm just wondering with Jamie, where would I find the tag memo? Because there is no tag memo.
So I'm just reading the chat. It says Lorraine said that Erwin said you don't need a memo if you're transferring to a ledger. I was doing it onto Tangent, so it was a different wallet.
Yeah, you can skip it. Most times you don't need it. You can skip it, because I was doing that with SHIB not too long ago. I had to skip it because I couldn't even find it. So, but just in case, what I basically want to point out is the memo could not be the reason why Mrs. Tracy is having that challenge. We have to identify what the challenge is. So, Mrs. Tracy, if you don't mind, I want to see a screenshot. I want to see a screenshot. If you don't mind, you could post it on the chat now, or you could send it to us on mail. I want to see the screenshot.
So can I just ask you one more question? Because it says here, this recipient address isn't allow listed. Add the address here. But it says I can dismiss that. You guys, you know what? Is that maybe the problem?
Wait, he says the address is not listed. Is that what he said?
It says this recipient address isn't allow listed, which means whitelisted, I believe. Right, Jamie?
All right.
Yeah, that's correct.
So do you think that's maybe the problem? Do you think I've got it? Maybe I thought I put it on the allow list, but maybe I've got to go back and look.
Yeah.
Because if I dismiss it, what comes, it won't allow me to, it says connect your security key and tap it. So that's what I do. And then after that, it keeps on coming up. So I've got it. It must be my allow list then, right?
I think so, because this should be a very seamless process. You have the addresses. I mean, so that should be the challenge. It's definitely not the memo. You know, if, as I said, if you don't know what the answer is, you should know what the answer is not. So we know it's not the memo. The memo is not the issue. So you might want to check that again. And of course, get back to us. If you could do that now, just before we end the call, we might still assist you. But if not, we might have to push this on mail if it's something we can do on mail.
Can I ask one more question regarding this? Because I have a feeling.
Yeah,
I did the allow list on my laptop with Coinbase, but I didn't do it on the iPad. So maybe I've got to do it for my laptop. But the problem is, you know, those two where you hook in your ledger into your laptop.
Yeah.
I need my YubiKey to connect in there too, but there's not enough room because they're right beside each other. Does anybody have a solution to that? I think that's the problem. Has anybody ever had this problem? No.
You might have to get, since you have so many things connected at the same time, you might have to get this multi, like an adapter with multiple ports, right? That's what you might have to do.
Okay, I think that's probably my problem, right? That's probably what I have to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I think that must be it.
Yeah.
I'll get an adapter. Where can I get an adapter? Just like Best Buy or? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Please make sure we'd love to keep up with the progress. So I would anticipate your mail on this.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So please, I want to say this. All right, I see your hand, Mrs. Lorena, Mrs. Claudia. We'll take both of you before our time runs out. I want to say this. Most times when we have challenges trying to do any of these things, please ensure you take screenshots. Most times it's a bit tricky. It's a bit difficult to understand some of our mails, like trying to help. Sometimes there are some things that we can't really help over the mail. It might have to be a one-on-one call, but there are some things we can actually assist with if we get to see a screenshot. So please, most times when you have challenges like this, don't just maybe type, oh, I was trying to do this, then it was saying this. We might want to see a screenshot. It's easier to help that way. All right, I'll take Miss Lorraine, then I'll take Mrs. Claudia. I think I saw the hand. Ms. Lorraine, please.
Yeah, hi, Emmanuel. So my question is also about the allow list or whitelist on Coinbase. I've removed a lot of things off Coinbase, but I haven't set up any allow lists. So I just wondered, do I still need to set up an allow list for the time I might want to sell crypto using Coinbase?
Yes, definitely. You always need to have that in place for any transaction. Yeah.
Okay, by default, I had to do it for Binance. You know, when I was moving, I had to do it for Binance. Have the white.
Yeah, usually you for.
But I didn't do it for Coinbase, so I'll go back and do it.
Yes, please. You for a transaction, most times you have to do that, so we don't have a bit of complexity like what Ms. Tracy is having now.
Okay, thank you.
Right. You're welcome. I think I'll take just Claudia now. What was that, the hand I saw?
Yeah, I was so
Mrs. Claudia, please.
Yes.
Do you have a question?
Unmute it.
I know I saw a hand.
I unmute it. Here I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very loud and clear.
Okay, good. So I have to go back and review the video on how to do an allow list in Coinbase. I would need to remove my stuff to my ledger. And so that you answered one of my questions. The other one that I was going to ask was about Uphold. I was trying to use Uphold as one of my exchanges, but you all, is that the one that we're removing stuff off of?
No, I didn't get that question. Sorry.
Okay. Is Uphold, the exchange Uphold, one of the exchanges that you people are not okay, K-Coin, not Uphold. Okay. All right. So I was
Yeah,
trying
okay,
to
cool
set
coin.
up,
Yeah, that was cool coin. Yeah.
okay, I was trying to set up Uphold as one of my exchanges. And I happened to be in conversation with Rita when I was doing it because she uses Uphold. When she set up her Uphold, she had an account number. And when I was trying to set up the Uphold, it kept taking me to, I would type in www.uphold.com. It would add the extension on it, a /en-us, which I thought meant English in the United States. And then it would put wallet in front of it. And so my page did not look like hers. And we couldn't figure out what was happening or why it kept taking me to wallet-uphold.com, etc. Do you know anything about Uphold?
Not exactly. John, please, can you help me grab the official website for Uphold? Sometimes it's .com, sometimes it's .org, sometimes it might be different. So, all right. So that's the official website. You might want to check what John has posted on the chat, please. And also, I want to know, are you in the same region with Mrs. Rita? Are you in the same region?
No, she's in Central and I'm in Pacific time, but we connected by phone.
All right, so that might also be something if you're not in the same region. Like for example, Binance Global, Binance US, they are not the same. There are there are quite a number of limitations with the Binance US as opposed to Binance Global.
Yeah, she did have. It should have been English for the United States. Ian. It should have been. It should have been both of us for the U.S.
All right, I don't know so much about the Uphold, but I think John posted the official website. You might want to try that. It says you have to create an account first. The interface might be different because of the region. You have to be sure it's available in your region. All right. So you might want to do that. For example, I can use Coinbase where I am, and some of us do. So it varies across regions. Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to sign in on my my laptop so that I can.
All right. You may have to take that offline because I want to say something quickly. We may have to take that offline. We have barely 3 more minutes, and I want to say some of the things Mr. Erwin asked us to say. Now, this is the plan of the exit strategy, please. It says once we breach 5%, that is towards the 76K mark, I'm going to suggest, number one, we take 1/16 or less of all your cryptos. I hope everyone hears me. That's the 1/16 or less of all your cryptos when we hit the 76 mark. Oh, why is there an echo? Please, you might want to, Mrs. Claudia, you might want to mute. Let me just mute you from here. All right. So please, Mrs. Diane, I may not be able to take your question because I want to say this exit strategy, which I feel is very important. Once we breach the 5%, that is towards the 76K mark on the Bitcoin, I'm going to suggest we take 1/16 or less of all your crypto to what we do in the eight places, right? To split into the 8 places as we've always suggested. You can then get the precious metals, that's $24 ounce of silver. And then number 2, Kinesis gold, Kinesis silver, which he said yesterday. You could also get Pax gold. You could also put it in vaults, that's money metals, retirement funds, precious metals. Then number 2, when we near the 100K mark, at that point, we have to take 7/8, that is almost all of it, or of all your crypto and altcoins, and you hold for 1 to 2 days. I just want to be sure you're following me. He sent this to me, and I'm just trying to read it out, right? I'll go over it again. We have barely 2 more minutes. When we get to about the 76K-ish mark, I'm going to suggest we take 1/16 or less of all your cryptos and split in 8 places. Actual precious metals, that's precious metals, that's actual, that's physical, which cost $24 per ounce of silver. Multi-locations, kinesis silver, kinesis gold, which has been one of the major strategies we've always taught. Also purchase Pax gold. Retirement fund precious metals, that's also a suggestion. Then getting your money in vaults, that's money metals, etc. Then number 2, when we near the 100K mark, he also suggests that we take 7/8 of all our cryptos and altcoins and hold for 1 to 3 days delay. Number 3, if it goes beyond the 100K mark limit order, all right, so that's for the advance. All right, so he said, think of taxes, think of trusts. So these are things that I believe that we've been talking about. So I remember yesterday, one of the things Mr. Erwin said was we should take our asset out in bits, in chunks. I think the word he used was chunks. Basically because of the taxes, we should not take anything above 10K, right? Because that's the mark where the taxes and the government and all of that begin to pay attention, right? So I remember he said something about maximum of about 9K chunk, right? I believe we were here, most of us were here yesterday to hear that. So he said we should not get to the 10K mark because that begins to put an eye on us and the taxes as well. So he said, remember the taxes and remember the trusts. So I needed to say that so I don't get to forget that was the message he wanted me to pass across. Finally, I'll take Mrs. Diane and then we'll bring the meeting to a close. Mrs. Diane, please. 30 seconds, please.
That was my question, the $9,000 chunks.
All right.
And we can do, like, if we need to sell an eighth and it's 45,000, we can just do many 9,000 chunks, right? Like 5 of them in one day.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's what my question is.
All right. In one day, I don't know. I think that would depend on your bank. That would depend. That varies with banks. But the idea is 9K chunks is what is recommended to avoid, just to be on the safer side.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I see a question. Do we need to buy a wallet for Kinesis? What type and where? Yeah, I think Mr. Erwin has said some things about that. So, John, thank you so much. The Kinesis is already a wallet, right? It's already like there's a peculiar wallet or storage in the exchange, but we can also get, okay, there's a Kinesis hardware wallet. That's the link. You can also create a Kinesis software wallet. Yeah. So we have a soft wallet already in the Kinesis, which you can get. But then there is a hardware wallet. I know Mr. Erwin has talked about this before. So please, you might want to check the link and then attempt to take advantage of that. We are past time. We apologize. We can't take any further question. So please, I'll bring the meeting to a close now. So we jump into the AI. Yeah, you can get Pax Gold. Someone says, was there information on Pax Gold? Well, you can get Pax. I know Pax Gold is on Binance. I don't know where else you might get it. I got Pax Gold from Binance. So you might want to check the exchanges or just go to CoinMarketCap and okay, Uphold. Good. So you could get from Uphold as well. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the call today. Please send us a mail if you have further questions attached with a screenshot, preferably. And then we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you all so much. John, please.